Hello everyone, this is Wolf1 and I am here with another live stream, that being Undefeated. Is this actually working? Hello everyone, this is Wolf1 and I am here with another. So this is Undefeated, and first I want to mention I'm delaying the next Baldur's Gate stream until after the campaign I'm in gets past that certain point, because we're basically doing a Baldur's Gate 3 transferred into normal D&D campaign, and I don't want to metagame. So so we do have a no metagaming if you already beat the game rule, but I just want to not have foreknowledge after a certain of Act 2. So I apologize for that, but it's just what's going to happen, because I want to be respectful to my table. Okay, come on, why is this being annoying? But I'm messaging this out, but I apologize for that. It's just one of those things that I want to be considerate of other people. So I hope you guys understand. As for the game, and let me message this out, then I'll explain the game we're playing now. But reminder, Tales from a Mother's Childhood, Volume 1 to 3 are available on Amazon. If you wish to see the adventures of a young girl growing up in 1950s Appalachia. Also, I hope my computer can handle this, actually, because it was looking... As I practiced this earlier, and I'm actually getting some lag now. This shouldn't actually be that overwhelming of a game for my computer to do, so hopefully. Okay, there we go. That's working better. Okay, there we go. That should be all we need to do. If I can just... Okay, this is deciding to be weird. Still should be able to just have that in the upper right-hand corner. So this is a game called Undefeated, and essentially, for all intents and purposes, it is a Superman game with the serial numbers filed off. Also review this. Okay, so this is supposed to be in window display. Why is it not in window display? That would make life a ton easier. I don't know what's going on with this. Okay, if I click out, the music cuts off. That's weird and annoying. Hopefully, the messages actually work this time, because I still don't know why they didn't before. And I also don't know why this window thing's not working. But I set this to to a lower level because I was having some issues. Okay, there, finally. Okay. Now it's a proper... Okay, now it's in window mode. That should make life significantly easier for me, because I can move the window. Should be able to move the window over. One second. Let me check something. I hope the stream is working right. In fact, I'm going to pause the stream, because I think The stream should not be lagging because this game is not very intensive, so hopefully that's working. But essentially what this is Superman with the serial numbers followed. That is basically what we're looking at. Okay, you know what, let's do this. Okay, that is significantly better. Now I can position everything, and I think that actually made this lagless. So, okay, so we should be good now. Okay, so back. So for those, so we're going to get started. For those that wonder, this is basically a Superman game with serial numbers followed. It's you're playing as an XP of Superman, more or less. And it was made by like 3 people in a college dorm for like a college project, and they're trying to make a full version of the game. And you're essentially playing as an XP of Superman. And the interesting thing about that is, well, I'll show you, actually. It's easier to show you than tell you. But let's get this started. Hopefully it will stream correctly. If it's not, please let me know. Because this is not meant to be a very resource-intensive game. So, as you can see, we got our supervillain here, shooting up the town with his giant robot and his army of goons. And there we are. Here we are, just a dude wearing sunglasses and and black shirt. Easy enough. Easy enough. People are now trapped, and what kind of superhero property would it be if we didn't save people? Almost like that's part of the heroic fantasy of being a superhero, is saving people's lives. So, there we go. People's lives have been saved. And this is our villain, who kind of looks like Taskmaster. Melee attack, if enemies are near you, you automatically go near. This attack changes according to character movement. So as you can see, we are completely invulnerable. They cannot hurt us, but there's a catch to that. So there is a catch on. I got a ranged attack as well. One second. Why does the sound just cut off when I try to manipulate anything outside of this? That's but like, I don't know if it cuts out for you guys, but it cuts out for me, and that's really irritating. Jump, high speed. Okay. So, yep, we can fly at decently high speeds, actually. Now, the actual gist of the game has not yet popped up. Right now, we're just doing this. But there is a catch to this game. You're not just yes, you are invulnerable, and you are overpowered compared to your average person, to most of the things you're fighting. But there is a catch. We need to catch up first, and now we can use ranged attack. And yes, we can weaponize the superhero landing. To finish off the robot. So far, pretty easy. You're a superhero, Yeah, royalty-free Superman. That's what we've got here. Hi, XZZ, glad you could make it. I also need to finagle some more stuff because I cannot... Yeah, there's our big bad. At least what seems to be the big bad. So, give me 1 second to finagle with things again, because I need to make it so in 9 years you'll have a real superhuman. Oh yeah, okay, so there's 3 problem. Oh yeah, because Superman's going to be reaching the public domain in about 9 years. There are 3 types of problems that occur randomly: person under rubble, building, fire, terrorists appear. So there's a red pillar, people who have problems fly around and solve all the problems. So very simple. Okay, so there's one right here. Oh no, people are in danger. Let us save the day. Glad you're all safe, citizen. There's one. Okay, there we go. And that is something I actually have to watch out for soon. This actually reminds me of Don't worry, I'm here to save you. This is a quest to try your strength. There are 2 types now: Destruction Challenge, Flight Challenge. You can check out the marker at the starting point from the sky. Let's go ahead. You can get 5 stars. I need to remember that I don't have to hold that button. But, okay, so since it's not been brought up yet, oh, actually, the super villains, we object to the term big bad. We are the main villain. Thank you very much. Tutorial. Where all objects by the time limit, update your high score. And of course, the objects are, of course, evil bombs. Because what else would you be destroying as the superhero? This game is not all that tough. Okay, got 5 stars. This game is not tough because, at least not at this point. This is the tutorial level, Okay, so now we do the flight challenge. So we've not gotten to the interesting part of this yet. We'll get to that shortly once they bring it up. So I don't want to, because they're saying ring similar to the Superman. The Superman 64 game, just better controls and more to do, more stuff to do. I don't know what happens if we fly into the water. Probably nothing, because we're kind of invulnerable. Supervillain launch mislabeling suit the Rat Man. I'm short and morally gray. Nice. When is the last time you met a good bomb? That is true. Okay, hero points. Increasing when you do heroic things, it decreases when you do bad things. Yes, morality system. Yay! I love theater. Nice. Let's earn points and raise hero rank. Yeah, okay, so we can get stronger. Now, that is also part of the thing, is if I do malevolent things, obviously my hero score goes down, because, you know, you're a superhero, you're not a supervillain, so you should not do evil things. I do wonder what if I fly into the water happens. Probably nothing. Like, I probably can't. Actually, probably can't. No, I cannot. It just makes this look cooler. Oops. Oh, I know. Okay, I thought it hurt someone, but no, supervillain. Either supervillain or crime. I mean, or damage. Or danger. You need to keep remembering that's how that. Okay, got another crisis in need of dealing with, because I'm like a maid. Can't I have a coffee break without the city being in danger? Yeah. Don't worry, citizen. I'm here to save you. Also, the flight in this game is really nice. Because you feel fast. Fire needing to be put out. And this is a demo. The full version is in, which I believe is a Undefeated Genesis. I mean, or yeah, I think it's Undefeated Genesis is in production at the moment. So this is kind of a demo of the final game. Okay, hang on, let me do something here. Okay, that should have my mouse. Oh, there we go. Okay, I need to move stuff around. How do I... This should be on the bottom, and that makes things a lot easier to do, but... okay, you need to deal with that. Okay, let me see if I can finagle some stuff. Supposedly Superman has to tune out 99% of the cries for help he hears to keep from going mad. He's not the Flash who can stop a supervillain between bites of a sandwich. Yeah. Okay. Because this keeps getting in the way. Like, let me see if I... Okay, that probably will help if I move this down here. And that up there. Okay, so that should be a little bit better. Okay. But yeah. Marvel Comics can't copyright... think that Marvel Comics can't copyright clapping. Yeah. Okay. But this reminds me of, there's another that needs to be stopped. Yeah, like, And, you know, it does kind of give this guy a little bit of charm that he's just like, it turns out I have incredible superpowers. I'm going to go save the day, but I'm just going to be out there in just my black t-shirt and black pants and sunglasses. Okay. For cleverly using super strength. I mean, I think you'd more have to worry about She-Hulk when it comes to suing people, but yeah. Thankfully, we can't do that. Okay. Fortunately, we are. Like, this is not the final version, but what are we robbing in? Yeah, apparently they're terrorists, so they're not robbing anything. But this was put together by 3 guys in for a college project. So I'm not going to be too harsh on it for having like a very simple plot. I'm honestly impressed it's as good as it is. Toasters. Okay, let's just admire this while we're waiting. Third eye open. Terrorists. There we go. Also, yeah, generic Latin chanting music, but it makes you feel. But it's the kind of music that makes you feel heroic. Okay, let me look at the stuff again because I want to see what superhero protein. Okay. I do wonder if they're using his image without his consent. But then again, it is a very generic image. Sports club. Okay, I'm just gonna look around these while waiting for the next thing to pop up. Okay, the ad for the final game. Third eye open. The Neuro Driver. Nice artwork. Like, you gotta give them credit that they actually did stuff like this, you know, for art. Okay, stop the fire. This reminds me of the old Superman Returns game. Once we get it more into the actual gimmick of the game, I'll be able to tell you more about that. Now that's the final version of the game that they're making right now. Undefeated Genesis. Wolf howling. Okay, so, something about an anthro wolf chick? One Punch Man if paid for drama. Hey, that's another civilian saved. 10th anniversary chorus since 2014. So yeah, I think this came out in 2024. I'm trying to figure out the plot of this because that is a nice character design, actually. Because I like the character design for that. Like, I can't tell if it's a wolf lady or a wolf dude. The design looks feminine to me. But it's a nice design. I'm just curious, like, what the plot of that is. Okay, person in danger. Let me do this. Actually, there is a solution I could try if that continues to be an issue. Because there's just not enough... Actually, wait, why don't I just... the smaller than... smaller again. No, why did you do that? You did the opposite of what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to go to the smallest... Guys... There. Okay, now there is absolutely no issues. Good. Now they are the right size, so I do not have to worry about that getting in the way again. Hi, Holy Cross, and this is 3 people, actually. It was made by 3 people. And again with the wolf... yeah, they're repeating signs, but in real life they would. Okay, person in danger... I might actually try to find a ROM of Superman Returns. Of the Superman Returns video game. Because that game was important. That game was one of my favorite games when it came out. Math Chief. I think that's the company that's making the actual final, like, sequel version. Take it easy. Terrorists to deal with. I'm just, like, while waiting for stuff to happen, I'm just having a good time just exploring the map. Because, yeah, this is a very simple... This was made, like I said, put together by 3 people in a dorm room. So, it's naturally not going to be the most elaborate thing. Like, we're doing the same 3 missions here, but... there is more to this game, I promise. Okay, there we go. And here comes... something that needs dealt with. Special actions now available. How to use actions are. However, special actions have a cooldown. Where is that issue? Right there. Oh, well, we gotta deal with this too. We'll come back to that. More terrorists. Like, there are boss fights and stuff. We just gotta get to them. Okay, let's deal with that thing now, because I think it's over here. Oh, and okay, well, here, so we will rescue you. Is this the right place? I think it was over here. Okay, it's on that corner up there. Okay, there we go. I believe it's on this corner right here, what we need. Okay, so this is doing something. There we go. Oh, I think that deals with the cooldown on our special move. Okay. Okay. Now, since it's taken a while to get there, I will explain something about this. The game has a very unique, has a unique thing that we are going to get to. Oh, okay, let's continue this. I wish there was more variety, but again, it was put together by 3 people in a dorm room for a college thesis, so... You know, it's to be expected that it's going to be a tad bit limited. But there is more to this game than just what we're doing right now. We just gotta get to it. Oh wait, are there multiple... I like the music's generic, and I'm pretty sure it's probably just stock music. Yeah, people can... It's more difficult to do than I think people think it is, but... But, yes, there is... Some people are able to develop it. Oh, cool, the guy's waving to us. Nice. Okay, it looks like there are multiple challenges we can actually be doing that I just completely did not realize. Alright, citizen, I am here. Okay, let's... Well, that's the tutorial one I've already done. Okay, so there's more though. There it is. Let's deal with the fire really quick. It doesn't take us more than a couple seconds to deal with the fire. Okay, actually, it looks like there's something down here. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I have not gotten to the gimmick of it yet, the big gimmick of it yet, but that's the tutorial one. So one over here. Okay, yeah, the missions popping up are kind of a little annoying, but still. Oh, actually, I won't even say annoying, because they're not that easy. They're not that difficult to deal with it. Just need to remember where exactly I am supposed to be going. I think it's actually towards here. Yeah, but like there's one of them. Should be anyway. Ah. Normal challenge. Okay, did not complete it, so let's try that again. Okay, so missed some over here. Missed this one down here. Okay, this is definitely doable. Out of the way, citizens! I need to deal with these evil devices. Okay, that is actually way faster than I thought it would be. Okay. So apparently, if I do that at start that combo at super speed, I will move significantly faster. Just make sure you know you don't. Miss these two. Yeah, I messed up there because I could have actually definitely succeeded in that. Do not worry, citizens, I have this under control. Okay, that is both cool and kind of disorientating. Not gonna lie. There's one missing right here. Okay, managed to get through. I did not get 5, but a 5-star, but I did get through it. Well, let's try it one more time because I feel like I can. Okay, if your rank is over 8 and you can use it, use a range attack after a second. Okay. I don't think death blow is necessarily the best term for when you're a Superman ability, but Like, that's one thing I do get this game is it makes you feel powerful, but it also highlights the fact you do sometimes just being super powerful is not going to be enough, and you gotta be a bit more. Okay, I only got 2 stars that time. Okay, I guess I maybe did it slower that time, but... Oh, I can do that! I did not realize that was a possibility. Okay, I need to be careful when I do that and when I do the other thing because... Okay, 4 stars. Let's leave it. Let's go with... Well... I'm gonna try it again because I feel like I can do it quicker. Okay, I can get stuck a little bit on the line geometry. Okay, well, that I think we're going to call it there on that one. But I think there's a ring one over here. So we saved the city from whatever evil devices those were. But still waiting for the other. Okay, let's try this. I'm also playing this on controller and mouse, apparently. Okay, got a 3. A 3-star. That's not bad. I feel like I can definitely do it. Okay, got a 4-star. Not bad. I think that's the one I just did. Is it? Yeah, that's the one I just did. I think this is the one, the tutorial one, right? Yeah. Now, thing is, I don't think this has save states. So I think here, there it is. Can't ignore someone in danger because it makes me want to. That's the thing. When you're playing as a character who's very clearly meant to be Superman, you kind of just have this urge to help people, which is scientifically proven, by the way. They did a study where they studied how people would react to have the Superman power in VR, and the result was honestly kind of shocking. In that the result was it made people more inherently altruistic to play as Superman. I think I missed one. Yeah, I'm... There we go. Okay, I know for a fact I can get a 5-star on that. I just need to start the chain there. Okay, yeah, that's what I did wrong. I started the chain up there rather than that. I do like that she's kind of flat, like... Okay, apparently I missed some along the line there. There they are. There is just something inherently cool. Like... Did I miss one somewhere? There we go. Okay, I know for a fact I can get a 5 star on this. I'm just... Okay, I ranked up, actually. Okay, there we go. 5 star. Good. Well, we're stronger now. Okay, so since I don't know how to actually start up the next section, I will say this: there are boss fights. I don't know how to start them. I don't know. There are boss fights, and the interesting thing about them is you have no health bar. The city does. The city does. So essentially, okay. Nope. We'll give the game credit. Their controllers are actually pretty responsive. Okay, yeah, I know I can do it. There. Okay, I know I can get a 5 star. But yeah, they've done a study where people in VR just inherently playing Superman in VR just makes you want to be a hero and makes you more altruistic, which is kind of amazing to think about and gives you some hope for humanity's future. I feel like that's why we need superheroes. Did you know the only reason the Game Boy Color exists was to take the wind out of the sail of the Wonder Swan? I did not actually know that. Okay, so there's another one right here. That's the tutorial one. Of course, I've already seen that one. There's both of those over there, so let's see what else there is. I know there are boss fights in this game. At least there's some. I think there's supposed to be. I want to say this is the one I already did. Yeah, this is the one I already did. I'll do that one. Yes, I did. Wish there's like check marks over the ones I already did, but like I said, this was made by 3 people in a college dorm room. So I am very willing to accept this. Is maintaining the brand recognition and buy time for the Game Boy Advance. I mean, it worked. Like, it at least worked, but yeah, it's interesting that that's how that happened. Let me see, is this one I already did? Yes, I did. Okay. I know there are boss fights, I just don't know how to trigger them. Okay, where's the fire? Okay, I can just turn it on. I mean, Capcom. Okay, I think maybe I gotta get to a certain hero level before the supervillain shows up. Is this the one I already did? That's the one I already did. Okay. There's another one. Alright, no, this is okay, let's do you. Okay. But yeah, apparently during the boss fights there are no... Okay, is this a normal one? Yes, I have not done that. Oops, no. Okay. Why am I the Superman thing seriously? Yeah. So these are, I think this is way more fun because the controls are a lot more responsive. It says a lot about Superman 64 that the controls in a game made by 3 guys in a dorm room are better. Okay, I am getting distracted. That was not on the game, that was on me for just getting distracted. Okay, that time I messed up a lot. Joke is that this shows that Superman 64 could have worked if they didn't have to scrap the game over and over. Yeah, like that's the thing, is Superman 64 is one of those games that I kind of have more pity for than loathing, because that apparently there's also just a metric boatload of just executive meddling and stuff behind the scenes that turned that into what it was. Like, it's not like with Superman 64, I lament what could have been. It's not like, say, what is it? Not like Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, where that game was just, that game, I don't blame Rocksteady for it, I blame WB. Okay, yeah, that's... I blame WB for how that game ended up, because one, the concept in general just never really should have been done. Or rather, it never should have been done in the way it was done. Like, I think we mentioned it when I did Lego Marvel Supervillains. Or, yeah, Lego Marvel Supervillains. That was the way the game that did the premise of Kill the Justice League way better than the actual game did. Like, essentially, the reason I don't blame Rocksteady for that game is rather simple. It's because what happened is WB basically dropped a half-finished game they had no interest in making in their lap and said, finish this. So I can't blame Rocksteady for that. Like, you can't really blame Rocksteady for what happened, because I honestly feel like you could have given that game to any game dev and it would have turned out the same, because there's not a game dev that could have made that work. Like, I don't feel like there's a game dev in the world that could make that game have actually worked. At least with what they were given to work with. Like, the premise could have worked if one was not a live service game, and two, had the plot twist that ultimately ends up happening be in the main game, not in DLC. Because for those that don't know, it turns out the Justice League were a bunch of clones. Like, you killed a bunch of clones that were made by Brainiac. The actual Justice League are perfectly fine, except Wonder Woman, who's actually dead. Because the clone Superman killed her. But that's not something revealed in the game, it's revealed in the DLC, so it's one of those things where I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna do this one. I feel like I can get 5 stars on this, and I'm honestly enjoying this. Okay, that was a little bit annoying. I understand why he doesn't just fly through it. If he just flew through it, it would actually hurt the experience a little bit, because this guy's very clearly meant to be a Superman XP, so just flying through the crane to complete a puzzle is not something Superman would actually do. But, like, that's the thing. I don't think you could have given that game to anyone and had any other result than what we've got. So, I don't blame Rocksteady for it, and I'm glad it seems like Rocksteady are getting more stuff that actually is good. But, okay, I can definitely... I'm sorry I keep redoing this. I just feel like I can do this. Yeah, but unlike that, I feel like Superman 64, I lament what could have been. Okay, is there a way to reset this? Because that definitely probably cost me a lot. But the funny thing is, the first time through that, I did that perfectly. At least I finished. Oh wait, androids are, of course. No, not androids, clones. They're a very important distinction, you know, because if they were androids, you know that they were fakes the moment that they killed the first one. No, they have to be clones, even though that's not really Brainiac's MO. No, they had to be clones because you see, otherwise when they got taken out, people would realize, hey, these are fake. We're not actually killing the real Justice League. No, we're just killing fakes. It's almost like that. It's almost like that was stupid, and probably you should have figured that out much earlier than you do. But you don't find out until somehow Flash turns up alive in an alternate dimension. Because instead, and then you had to fight 13 Brainiac versions of Brainiac, who are all teamed up with each other and don't actually have a boss fight, and instead you're fighting them just using reused assets from one of the Justice League fights. Okay, I messed that up. Sorry, I'm actually enjoying this, so I'm going to keep it up for a little bit longer. I feel like I can do this. Like, this right here is where I... Okay, got past that part. If I don't screw up again, I think we're golden. Oh, that's actually I kind of want a K-pop Demon Hunters game. Like, I mentioned Golden, and that reminds me of that, because that's one of the tracks on it. I would kind of like a K... I miss when we just... Right. Okay, that might have cost me that. On there... Yeah, I meant the Justice Genesis Super NES fighting game you used androids. Oh, okay. Okay, so I can actually line myself up better at the start. Okay, that's good to know. But... Okay, got a little sidetracked there, but didn't actually miss any of these, so good. But yeah, I think a K-pop Demon Hunters game would probably be fun. Especially because there's, like, even if you didn't want to cover the plot of a movie, which, you know, you could. I kind of miss movie tie-in games, to be honest with you. There's like an entire story of the Huntrix that's not been covered. So you got plenty of room to just make something new. I thought of K-pop Demon Hunters 2 when I thought when you said that. Yeah, okay, I'm going to stop on that one because I have been on it for a while. Okay, so how do I get the boss fights? I know you can get boss fights. I have a distinct feeling it has something to do with this, with that thing on the beach, and I don't know what it is. I think maybe the boss fights are actually just in the final version that hasn't come out yet. But yeah, basically, either in the version I'm not actually able to get to show you, or in the final version that's being made, apparently there are going to be boss fights, and the city has the health. So, I have the distinct feeling that this is... Oh, okay, I think that's something to do with that. Okay, I am confused on what to do here. The game is fun. Like, the game is fun. It's just, you know, I don't know how to get the next thing to happen. Okay, so undefeated. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay. It was staring me in the face literally the entire time. Okay. Turns out all I had to do was go here. Turns out that was actually, that M is actually important. So, okay, where's the fire? Turned out I could have done that at any time. I was just being stupid. I mean, I don't think the game actually told me that. Okay, where do we go here? Might be up on the left. There we go. Okay, our supervillain is here. And attacking the city. Boss battle while protecting the city. Lock onto the boss. The boss will escape when approaching within 10 meters. Now here's the thing though, I've got to be careful because, as you can see, the city has a health bar. If a certain number of range attacks hit, the boss will stun. Let's do damage using a melee attack during the stun. Okay. Now what you want to do here is to drive him out away from the city. Because you see, the thing is, you gotta be careful because your attacks can damage the city too. And you don't want that to happen. So that's why I'm driving him all the way out into the ocean if at all possible. Because my attacks can damage the city too, so I don't want to just fire them willy-nilly and hit the city, because that's something that can happen, and I like that. I like that the city does not have the city has a health bar. I don't. Hey Trooper, how are you? City health. If an attack from the boss hits the city health will decrease. When the city health hits 0, the boss wins. To recover city health, let's erase the damage to the city. To erase damage, attack or hit the body with high speed flight. Okay, so essentially what we want to do is do this. Boss Death Blow. The boss will use Death Blow when the aura becomes strong. If this hits the city health will be greatly decreased. Let's smash before hitting the city F. The boss was stunned. So we have saved the city, and now we need to, repair the city. So yeah, that's the cool part about the boss fights. You're invincible. The city is not. Which, I'm gonna be honest, I really like that. It reminds me a lot of... Okay, I'm pretty sure that's just where I can retry to do the boss. We've done a lot, so now let's try to do more bosses. There's the next one. Okay, we have another boss. Who are these guys? We don't know. They're supervillains. They're doing what supervillains tend to do, and that's cause havoc. And thank you for conveniently being out over the water. Trying to kite him out over the ocean so he'll be doing less damage to the city. Okay, let's heal some damage to the city because that is necessary. Okay, I don't know if my attacks damage the city or not, but his definitely do. Yeah, okay, I don't know if my attacks do, but obviously his do. But yeah, I like this. The fact that I'm not the person in actual danger, the city is the thing in danger. You will not destroy my city any more than you already have. Fittingly am kind of... There we go. Okay. Let's try to... yeah. Okay, so the city joins. Okay, so yeah, I've basically been... I should have been doing these bosses more gradually than I have. Is it on this side? But yeah, I like that is something I really like. I like the. Okay, well, I need to be more careful. Hey, an electric dude. Who are these supervillains? Why are they attacking the city? They're supervillains and they're attacking the city. This was made in a room by 3 people. Okay, next time he's stunned, I probably should focus a bit more. Okay, next time he's stunned, I'm going to focus on... I'm doing a bit of healing on the city. Okay. Okay, I need to be careful with that. It's got a ton of damage to the city. I really need to be careful not to do anymore. Okay, I am messing up here because I should have been... Okay, we actually lost. See, that's the thing. Usually all you... I'm guessing the meteorite. Okay, yeah, we actually failed. I did not I should have spent some of those times he was stunned fixing the city rather than hammering him. Okay, next time we have him stunned, I'm going to be a little more proactive in actually fixing the damage. There we go. It actually does not take that much to fix the damage. To be fair, again, this was made in a room by 3 people, so I'm not going to harp on them having just the most basic plot possible. Be a good idea to Dang it, I missed the prompt. That was bad. Okay, that's... Okay, so got the damage to the city up over 50. That's... Cancel the stupid thing. Come on, there. Got it. We gotta beat him. We just gotta make sure we, focus on the city as well. Okay, that buys us time. Because we gotta take, like, pauses between fighting him to repair the damage, or else it will add up enough that... Okay, there we go. After this, we've got to go do some more damage, more control. I think I'm actually spending too much time on this. Might want to actually try. Holy crap, how much damage is he doing? Okay, this guy's different. I think this guy might, from what I've heard, this guy might actually be the final boss. But I heard the final boss is actually pretty difficult. Okay, so let's try this again. Okay, I need to actually have balance between fighting him and, you know, healing the city. Because we've got to, because if we don't beat him, obviously the city just will continue to be destroyed. But also his ult is a bit harder to dodge than the others is. Okay, we probably want to do some damage control here. Okay, where is he? Okay. That gets the city back up to 90, so that's... Okay, I am not being able to counter his attack. That's... There we go. Okay, fortunately there's a lot of damage being just this. Because we do have to keep, like, we can't just, you know, okay, so probably a good, while he's recovering from that, is a good time to do this. This guy takes a while to stun, like a very we've got to do some damage control here. There's some more. Because if we don't do some damage control, he is going to win again, which we don't want, obviously. This guy is a lot bigger of an issue than the last two. Okay, because we're going to have to do some... This guy's difficult. Okay. Yeah, I think this is probably the final boss. Okay, I cannot seem, his health is just really hard to deal with for some reason compared to the others. Let's do a little bit of damage control. This guy is significantly harder to deal with than the other one two were. Let's... Okay, why is it not giving me the option to stop his super attack? Okay, I see some right there. Let's try to kill the city a little bit. Okay, there we go. I think we're doing a lot better this time. Okay, got it back. Actually, no, this time I can actually focus on fighting him because he is... Actually, it hasn't damaged the city nearly as much as... Did I stun him out of it? Okay, I stunned him out of it. Good. Where are the... Okay, there's some... I see some that I can... I need to... Okay, I feel like we've healed enough that we can... Well, he's recovering from that. There's some right there. Launch him out of the ocean and then turn back because there's a lot of it I can heal here and hopefully heal a good chunk of the city in the process. Okay, I feel like that's... I think he might have glitched out, actually. Okay, yeah, he just glitched out. Let's go kill the city more, then we'll... Okay, let's get the city back. Like, I don't know how to reset this, and the thing is, the game does not have a save state. It's meant to be... yeah, he is just completely glitched out. And I don't know any way to actually... Okay, so... I probably would have won had this continued, but there's not really anything I can do at this point. Because the game is basically a beta. Like, okay, let me see. If I go back to title, I think it just restarts the game over. So, I believe that there's no save states. So I believe it would just restart the game to continue to do, which is kind of unfortunate. Oh wait, no, okay. That did work. Okay. So yeah, let's try this again. Okay, I thought that it wouldn't work. Okay, it does. I think the best way to handle this is while he's recovering from getting punched into the ocean, punched out to sea, do some repairs then on the city. That definitely was a lucky break for me. Yeah, I think at this point, I think I've managed to... Okay, this is where I need to turn around and do some repairs. Of course, I'm going to take opportunities like that when they present themselves. I really need to, if I see an easy opportunity to repair damage, I should follow it. That was a bit, it was like I'm getting kind of lucky here. Okay, that, I do not feel like that should have counted. I gotta stun him and knock him away before I can actually... Okay, let's... I feel like that should be counted. Okay, there's some close together. Okay, that's when I can do stuff like that, I really need to take it because that's... Okay, now that right there was not fair. That right there was 100% not fair. I blame the game for that because I should have gotten it. I should have beaten him. Like, that was 100% feeling like the game just glitched out on me. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think this is a game I can... Maybe I can. I don't know if this saves or not. It should. There's some here I can clear up real quick. You a little further out. Let's clear up some of this so that I have an easier. Okay, why is it not even giving me the chance to interrupt his attack? Okay, I see multiple in quick succession. Okay, there we go. Okay, unfortunately, it seems like that's just... Okay. This guy's a pain. Like, this is kind of what you call like an overtuned boss. Yeah, like, I think if I leave the game and come back... Wait, where is it? There it is. I think if I leave the game and come back, I can't continue, but I'm honestly kind of just getting a little upset. Like, this is like I said, I'm easy on this game because it's a thing some 3 guys threw together in the past. I'm not going to be too hard on it. I don't like this boss. I think I also should probably be pushed to this guy before I push to him. Okay, see another one over here. Actually doing pretty well. Okay, I just slammed into the building by accident, but... So, best bet is when I knock him away, just focus on a little bit of repair work and Okay, that is dumb. Okay, I am going to say that that's bad game design. They should, if I press the QTE, I should stop the attack. Like if I successfully, hit the QTE, that should stop the attack. But for some reason it's not. Okay, so there we go. That got the city back almost. Focus skills. Okay, so let's... Oh, okay, yeah, I want to avoid that happening. Okay, so I definitely don't want him to slam into the side of a building because that... Got it. So basically, if I slam him into a building, not only does he recover quicker, it also damages the city to a very long extent. Okay, we're going to give this another shot, but we're probably going to have to end soon. Because I do have to get ready for some stuff. There's church tomorrow, and I got to take a shower and stuff. So this will probably be our last try. I don't know if the... I feel like that's kind of a counterintuitive thing with the... Is that actually where it feels like I should just be able to, like if this was a Superman Returns game, it'd be like you use your super breath to fix things. Okay, I think I figured out something that actually probably... Okay, that one I understand, because I was really far away. At that time I was really far away from it, so that made sense, I couldn't reach it. It kind of is annoying that the game just doesn't seem to register it sometimes. Broken, August doors. Here's a nice line of those to get some degree of... Stance again. Okay, that got... Hopefully I'll be able to... Covering. There's a ton of these here I can use to hopefully recover a lot of the city's health. Okay, where is he? Okay, where are you? Okay, I'm afraid that's where we're going to actually have to end it. If this saves, we'll finish it up next week, but this is a good game. It was made by 3 people in a dorm room, so you can't really blame any faults that you might have with it. If for what it is, it's really good. I look forward to when they get Genesis. But that's where we're going to end this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye! I still don't have a catchphrase. Actually, 1 second. Let me double check something really quick. Because I do think this, yeah, if I remember right, this was made by, now I'm curious. The 3 students from an academy in Osaka, Japan. So, yeah, like for that, this is good. This is really good for that. But see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye! I still don't have a catchphrase. Okay.